Hello ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls around the globe. We have got a lot of news for Bitcoin. There's just so much news happening out there. For anyone out there who's new to Bitcoin, and that's fine if you're new to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I will be doing a series on cryptocurrencies for dummies or newbies. And that doesn't actually mean that you're a dummy at all, or that you're silly, or you don't know much. Even if you don't know much, that's okay. But there's a lot of things on the internet and on YouTube about cryptos and how it works and what is Bitcoin. And in all honesty, there is a lot to learn and a lot to know about Bitcoin. And I was explaining this to someone that I met recently, that cryptocurrency in the world of Bitcoin and everything that goes on in this space is really like it's a desert. It's a desert full of mirages and traps and big animals, and you really have to be like a desert person to understand the ins and outs and the treasures of what cryptocurrencies can actually do for you. So I think that's a really good idea. I'll just start off with like a series for people who are new to crypto and who want to know the basics, and that's very fine because I'm still learning the basics here and there. Anyway, so let's get on to it. I'll start that soon. So this has been a really huge week for Bitcoin, and I've been kind of avoiding the whole week, and really not so much avoiding it, but I guess more avoiding it because the whole Bitcoin futures things, it's just radically unreal, and it just presents so many different factors, like what's going to happen, how is it going to happen, how much is this going to affect Bitcoin's price, how much will it affect Bitcoin's price, and also how much control will this have over Bitcoin's price. So, you know, slowly but surely I'm going to be sifting through all this information about what's going on with Bitcoin and Bitcoin futures. But, you know, just a few things that I've read. CBOE, it's launched Bitcoin futures, so the site immediately crashed down, which is funny. And that actually started on, I think it was 2 days ago, trading at 5 p.m. and within minutes there were errors, and you know, it was just overpopulated with people on the site. And you know, this all goes back into Wall Street, because typically speaking, this is all connected to the big institutional investors, the stock market, Wall Street getting involved, and it's very, very interesting. When I like actually reading these articles, I kind of find little bits that you can sort of pick and sort of twist and pick out that are actually important. But you know, speculated when Wall Street gets involved, that is going to be changing things, and there is potentially going to be enormous traffic that will just blow away traditional Bitcoin exchanges. And yeah, we can just see that there's a bit of Wall Street news there which is connected to all this. And you know, there is a lot of volatility that's going to be happening to Bitcoin, and without even looking at the futures market, I was looking at the Bitcoin prices the past 5 days, and I just could not believe how much it was jumping. It wasn't even jumping a couple $100. It was like a few thousand in one day. I mean, that has actually happened. The biggest year, 2017, that has happened a lot this year. However, it hasn't been so consistent, and that is really important to remember and to take note of, that the consistency of how much Bitcoin has been jumping in leaps and bounds within a couple of $1,000s or $4,000. It's been up. A few days ago it was up, you know, 19,000, and then, or maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and then it just dropped within 24 hours back to 18,000. Then in 24 hours it dropped down again to 16,000, and these are huge volatility swings. And you know, part of what I'm reading here, you know, of course that's all part of the news. Bitcoin's price has been ever volatile. Within minutes of the futures markets opening, the price soared by over 1,000, only to immediately fall by half of that, and it's then back up on the climb. So and judging by the price action right now, those fears seem to have mostly abated, but traders remain jittery. And you know, I'm one of them, in the good and the bad way, because you know, the regulated futures trading could make it easier for institutional investors to short the currency, driving the price down. And then we've got the situation where officially, the official and then well-known whales will actually start stepping in and then possibly could be manipulating the Bitcoin market, which has been something on the tip of many people's tongues out there who are into crypto and especially Bitcoin, and I'm one of them. And these are just thoughts, you know, I'm just sharing my thoughts out there, what I kind of think. Oh yeah, by the way, this channel is not for any financial advice, it's just for entertainment purposes only. So I hope you guys can take this for entertainment purposes only. This is the Christmas month, and if you kind of think about the Christmas month is all about magical things and funny things and miraculous things going, and I think it kind of suits the Christmas month. Bitcoin markets really like CBOE futures, prices spike sharply. Well, there you go. And that is an example. I'm actually not in the US. Futures trading began at 5 p.m. Central Time on December the 10th. We're now around December the 12th, and here we go, $15,000. And at press time, 5 hours later, the price of Bitcoin has risen to 16,800, and that is what I'm talking about. It's that kind of stuff that's going on. Futures expiring in January 2018, trading at 18,500. A $3,500 rise, a rapid rise in the futures prices already triggered 2 circuit breakers. This is what I'm talking about. There's just a lot of swings, a lot of high swings and massive swings within such a short period, and I think for anyone out there who is new to crypto, just take this information with what I'm saying, because this is like action time. This is action time for Bitcoin. We're on the brink of institutional investors. Mainstream adoption has just started. It is on the brink. It's just over the brink. It doesn't matter because we're kind of hitting that milestone anyway. And part of the CBOE launch of Bitcoin futures, which is not really a bigger market in terms compared to CME Group, which is part of Bitcoin futures, but this is going to be affecting a lot, and it already is starting to affect things. So if we continue on to, it goes to CBOE website crash had no impact on Bitcoin futures success. Bitcoin's price has still been going up and down in massive swings. 20% growth in Bitcoin over 24 hours, 26%. It's pretty big at the moment, 35%. It's a big thing, and also that's been affecting other exchanges like Coinbase, Poloniex. I've seen a lot of stuff going on with Coinbase. Is that they're freezing prices. You can't buy Bitcoin and I've had friends, including myself, where suddenly you've got a limit and then they take the limit away from you. That's like Coinbase issues, I think there. Yeah, I don't want to get started on Coinbase. They've actually been a pain in the ass. They haven't actually been helpful. But yeah, there's been, here we go, Coinbase experienced temporary delays and crashes. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's temporary. I'd say it's more like they've actually affected people's buying ability to actually get into cryptos. Freaking, Anyway, so that's part of Coinbase. What happened there, just quickly. And if we go to what is it like living in the future? Well, what is it like living in the future? Bitcoin futures. So that's part of what is happening. The storm before the hurricane. There we go. No one knows how futures will affect the market of Bitcoin yet, but this is happening now. It's starting to happen. This is what. Here we go. Bitcoin hit a new wave of mass adoption and recognition, disputing a huge number of individuals to join in. This saw Bitcoin crush the $1,000 milestone all the way to just short of $19,000. The inevitable dip followed, and that was put down to some profit taking of those who had probably joined barely a month previously. But as the futures announced, the price rocketed up again, crashing the future. To demonstrate the interest in the futures, CBOE were taken well by surprise as they faced too much traffic, ultimately crashing the site. So yeah, there's a couple of things going on here. We're on the futures market, the Bitcoin futures market, Wall Street. That's where the huge money is, and this is quite interesting. What the future holds. There are really two sides of the futures coin. Yes, one is that there is money being poured into a market that is growing exponentially. but it's still on the sort of small side. But there is also the side that saw these new investors, maybe killer whales out there to cause some damage to this new market. And then there's the positives and negatives. Bitcoin can face crashes, it can face lulls, you can face profit taking, protection in price, change of shorting. So in a nutshell, it is just going to be a market that's going to be way more volatile, but also Bitcoin could be experiencing the same kind of action that our coins are experiencing, which is huge price swings and huge downstream. So it's almost like if Bitcoin was already an ocean, then we're going to be putting Bitcoin's ocean into then a bigger ocean sort of thing, and then the altcoins are going to be following Bitcoin. I really hope that Bitcoin, like it has been, as all these people are saying, that Bitcoin is going to be anti-fragile and it will adjust and it will adapt and it will become what it has been the whole time, and that is consistently strong. And that's what I love about Bitcoin. It has been consistently strong, and that that new expression that you hear, anti-fragile, it's like this new expression for Bitcoin. I don't know who invented that. Here we go. Bitcoin futures will drastically increase volatility, and it actually has, and that's what it's doing. Milestone of $10,000, and then it's fired up to $19,700 on one exchange. So the launch of Bitcoin futures has caused another surge in the price of digital currency. Yes, it has. Enter old money. Very, very interesting. There's a great deal of Wall Street money about to enter the futures market, particularly when CME opens their futures trading on December the 18th. Aha, everyone, CME opens their futures trading on December the 18th. That's in like 8 days. CME is significantly larger than CBOE. Yes. This is another one, but even that is a drop in the ocean in terms of the size of global markets. Thus, when Wall Street type money enters the ecosystem, there's going to be some big waves. I don't know what to say after that. There's going to be big waves. That's actually scary. That's also fantastic. Oh wow, instant liquidation, potential market manipulation. There's a lot of sides to take to this, but there's also, I just don't know what's going to happen. Time will tell. Indeed, the new CBOE futures market has already seen technical problems, and yeah, we've got a few examples here with what's going to happen with exchanges, malicious acts also on Bitcoin, and technical problems with the contracts. I mean, really, when it comes to Bitcoin futures, the way the contracts are set up, it's very, very different. The way the trading's set up, it trades from Monday to Friday, so that also changes a few things. But yeah, I don't know what to say. There's just, in 6 days' time, we don't know what's going to happen with CME. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm also actually quite concerned about how that's going to affect beautiful Bitcoin. I'll call it beautiful Bitcoin. So guys, just remember, we got the CBOE already coming in with the futures. Bitcoin's price has already been exponentially changing the past week. It's been experiencing the big swings consistently and constantly now every few days. That could be a good thing. I think really on the plus side, what we've got banning for Bitcoin is we got more people, we got more normal people out there, 9-to-5 workers, or people who may not even work, maybe study people, it doesn't matter who they are. Mainstream adoption is on the brink. It has just started. It's trickling away. And then we got Bitcoin futures and the big money making institutional investors coming in. That's also another competitive component that's going in. So there's a lot of action and a lot of competition and a lot of challenge and a lot of potential and a lot of scary stuff happening for Bitcoin. It's all happening at the same time, guys. Merry Christmas. This is Christmas time. Yep. Please take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Make sure you drink a lot of water. If you're going to be having drinks and stuff, take it easy. I'll make more videos. Welcome to any new subscribers. If there's one of you or two of you, quality is most important. And I'm going to be starting my Crypto for Dummies soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.